What is good, Meat Boys? Yo, we got another absolute banger here. I might sound a little nasally, but in sickness and in beef, we have to provide the locks as always. So cannot wait for this one. It's Nick Maximov, 8-0, fighting out of Nick Diaz Academy, taking on Andre Petroski, who's 7-1. And I know is someone that you have been bullish on. I mean, a lot of people thought that he was going to win that season of The Ultimate Fighter, but ultimately he ran into Brian Battle, who just had insane heart and was able to get the job done. But he's taken on another guy with a lot of absolute heart in this one, Nick Maximov, who doesn't seem like the most physically imposing guy, but seemingly is extremely strong, is able to get guys down, keep them there at will. I mean, we know he wrestled at Clackamas Community College, aka Triple C. Shout out to the Cougars, and he really uses that wrestling a lot to sort of dictate where these fights take place. And I'm curious to see just how that matches up against Petroski, who is no slouch when it comes to the grappling himself. The only difference I think seems is that Maximov seemingly has unlimited gas tank, where Petroski, I don't know, seems like he does start to fade in those later rounds. So who are you rolling with in this one? Are you going to take Nick Maximov or are you voting for Pedro?
Yeah, this is such a great fight. This is truly the battle of, who is the better grappler? Is it the two pump chomp, or is it King of the Gable grip, Nick Maximov? And I gotta go with the two pump chomp. I think he's gonna get it done. I think he's better on his feet, and I think his wrestling pedigree and skills is going to be able to stop Nick. I don't think he's going to honestly be worried about it. I mean, his wrestling is his bread and butter. So is Nick. So I hope this is a stand-up slobber knocker. Such a fun fight. If Nick absolutely just runs through Andre and just grapples him and just smothers and beats the living crap out of him, I'm sold. I'm sold on Nick. Nick, he's been the next champ in my opinion. That would be crazy to see if he just runs through him. Now, the other scenario I can see is maybe Nick just does a little bear hug, kind of like Snorlax this weekend, where he fought, Michael Venom Page, and he just kind of laid on him, just held real tight and just laid. And that might get him the win. If that happens, I won't be that bullish on it because once he fights a real fighter, Andre's still a new guy, but I'm pretty bullish on him. I think he's a nice hot top prospect and he's up and coming, and I really like him in this one. So I'm taking the underdog in this, and I'm calling KO second round.
Yeah, great stuff. And both these guys, very hot prospects. And I really like the comparison that you drew from Nick Maximov. Like, perhaps if you watch Bellator 281 earlier today, actually, Logan Storley, aka Snorlax, was able to just take down MVP at will and reminds me of kind of a lot of what Nick Maximov tried to do and has been successful doing in a lot of his fights. I mean, it's pretty impressive when you're able to get a UFC debut. It was in a co-main event against Punahele Soriano, who I know you're always forever bullish on the homie Puna. So that's a true fern in Nick Maximov's cap to pull that one off. And it's interesting that you're that bullish on Andre Petroski in this one because 85% is rolling with Nick Maximov. A lot of it is beige. Most think it's going to be a decision a la Snorlax, but there is a decent bit of copper for that submission. And we know that this is a guy who's been training at the Nick Diaz Academy since 2011. So he's a legit black belt. He's got a ton of submissions on his record. If you were hopeful that this thing remains on the feet, but if this thing does happen to hit the mat, is there any chance that Maximov might sub your boy?
I don't think he's in a sub. I think, Petrosky, he's training over there with Sean Brady and the homie. Shout out to Body Bags, Joe Piper, up and comer. Those guys are all savages. They are strong foundation grappling with a little bit of jujitsu. I mean, we saw Sean Brady absolutely demolish, one of the greats in jujitsu recently. And I think he'll be just fine on the ground. But I would confidently say Nick probably has the better gas tank. I mean, this guy has infinite grip strength and infinite cardio. It makes no sense. I'm just going to be honest. So Andre needs to get it done early and often, or he's in a long night of just being smothered, or just outclassed by just cardio wise.
Yeah, I feel that, and ultimately, I got to roll with Nick Maximov. I just think he's going to be able to get this one done. And to your point of Petrosky just not having the gas tank required, and you even said like you're hopeful that he gets it done early. I don't think he's going to be able to because Maximov's probably just going to take him down. I mean, I want this to stay on the feet. I really hope that it does remain there, but I think it's in Maximov's best interest to get this thing down to the mat. I mean, these guys are fighting at the apex, the small cage. He's going to close the distance, take him down, go full Snorlax, and then ultimately Petroski's gas tank is going to be sucked out by the second and third round, and then it's light work for Maximov beyond there. So I'm going to roll with the fat favorite, minus 350 Maximov. You're taking Petroski. Any last thoughts?
No, it's gonna be fireworks. Nonetheless, throw in the comments who you got. You going with fake Snorlax Nix Maximov, or you going with Meet the Spartans Andre?